Hello everyone, how are you today? Here to give you the match results for the main event Friday Night SmackDown for March the 12th, 2021. Main event this week had Retribution members T-Bar and Mace just dominate the Lucha House Party basically. Lucha House Party got a couple moves in, maybe one or two double teams, and then Retribution to hit a nice double team, double choke slam on Grand Metalik to get the win. Next up, our main event was Mansoor continue his mini feud against Drew Gulak as he partnered up with Ricochet against Gulak and Akira Tozawa. Mansoor Ricochet picked the win, no surprise there. Gulak and Akira Tozawa continued to lose the streak on main event. Mansoor picked up the win with a jump in off the ropes neck breaker. On Akira Tozawa, I believe it was, to get the win. I just wish Gulak would get a win and Akira Tozawa. That would surprise me if they do. Because they're such really good talents. They're a lot better than Mansoor. Just saying, they are. I know there's people out there that actually think Mansoor is a really good talent and that. And I read online he should be on the main roster. No, don't make that happen, WWE. Next up, your main SmackDown matches. The opening match was 8-man tag. The Street Profits teamed up with the Mysterios to face the Dirty Dogs, the SmackDown Tag Champions that finally had a match ever since winning the titles last month. Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, and Chad Gable and Otis. They ambushed the faces on stage, and that allowed them to get a lot of offense, domination in the match. Like, they just cornered Montez Ford, and they just destroyed him. Montez Ford got a few nice body shots in on Dolph Ziggler in the corner. That Dolph Ziggler applied the sleeper hold. Montez Ford, as Ziggler was still on his back, applying the sleeper hold, struggled, and eventually made the tag to D'Angle Dawkins. But the referee didn't see it because Bobby Roode ran in and caused a distraction on the ref. So the referee did not count the tag. So they worked on Montez Ford a little bit more. He finally tagged in Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio jumped in, hit a nice tornado DDT on Chad Gable and got a 2.5 count. Otis ran in and he was running to get at Mysterio. Mysterio moved out of the way, so Otis hit himself basically into the turnbuckles. All 8 men started getting into the ring, started hitting moves after each other. Super kicks, 619, like the glorious DDT, stuff like that. Rey Mysterio was going for a move on Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode had tagged himself in. Rey Mysterio didn't see this. And then Bobby Roode just grabbed hold of Mysterio when he was running and just floored him with a nice spine buster. That looked awesome. Montez Ford shortly afterwards hit the frog splash off the top rope on Bobby Roode to get the 1-2-3. Really good match. Check this match out. Next up is a rematch from last week. WWE's doing a lot of rematches lately, which to me is starting to really tick me off some. So yes, I like seeing some of them because they're good, but not every week. Like, take Big E and Apollo. They actually took 2 weeks before they had a match again. Not constantly every week. Change it up. He faced Buddy Murphy again, but this time Buddy Murphy was prepared for him. He got a lot more offense than he did last week. But as soon as that bell rung, Cesaro just floored him with an uppercut, which was awesome. Buddy Murphy caught Cesaro coming at him outside the ring with a nice jump up, sideways spin kick, I call it, which floored Cesaro. Cesaro superplexed him off the ring apron, held him up in the air, and then slammed him down onto the ring. That was pretty impressive. Buddy Murphy went for looked like a missile drop kick off the top rope as Cesaro countered it into the swing. The Seth Rollins attacks Cesaro. Cesaro wins by disqualification. So Seth Rollins hit 2 back-to-back curb stomps on Cesaro. He went for a third one, but the officials separated them. Then backstage, this is intriguing. He was approached by Nakamura. They just stared at each other. It looks like they're going to have Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. I just can't wait to see Rollins versus Cesaro at WrestleMania. But what if Nakamura turns heel and joins Seth Rollins? Natalya and Tamina Snuka teamed up. They wore matching ring gear. They faced off against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Tamina and Sasha started off. Sasha Banks dominated Tamina, who tagged in Natalya. who did a lot better against Sasha Banks. She had a nice spinning clothesline. They worked on Sasha Banks, who then tagged in Bianca Belair, of course, cleaned house. Ridgeno, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler was on commentary during this match. And Ridgeno kept getting involved causing distractions, which to me took away from the match, which ruined it for me. He caused the other distraction, which allowed Tamina Snuka to roll up Bianca Belair from behind to steal the win. Next week on SmackDown, Sasha Banks challenges Nia Jax one-on-one, and Nia Jax gets a SmackDown Women's title match up. The main event, Big E returned, folks, and he was ready to whoop Apollo Crews' butt. He basically said, like, I'm going biblical on you. You open up Pandora's box. Now you're going to suffer the consequences. He called out Apollo Crews and no-showed. So he said, you know what? I'll put the Intercontinental title on the line. Again, Apollo Crews no-showed. Then Baron Corbin came out and wanted to accept the open challenge. The Sami Zayn came out. He wanted to accept the challenge. Sami and Corbin are arguing. Big E's like, look, whichever you gets into the ring first gets it. Sami Zayn got in the ring first. Poor Corbin. But it was still a great matchup. You got to watch this match, folks. You haven't seen it yet. It was action-packed. Sami Zayn clotheslined Big E from behind. He drove his knees into Big E's back while Big E was hung up on the ropes. Big E, when he does that move, when he runs off the ring apron, does a splash on the ring apron. Sami Zayn rolled out of the way. Big E crashed and burned. Big E caught Sami Zayn coming off the top rope because Sami Zayn went for two moves off the top rope back to back. He connected with the first one, but Big E caught him with the second one and had a nice overhead belly to belly. And he hit him with the other one. Big E just destroyed Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, I don't know why he decided to do this. Sorry, before I get into that part. Sami Zayn had a nice top rope flip over powerbomb to almost get the win. The Intercontinental title, but Big E just kicked out. And then he started slapping the heck out of Big E. Just slapping him across the face, which just peed off Big E. Made him mad. Grabbed hold of Sami Zayn, just planted him with a big end to get the 1-2-3. After that, Apollo Crews attacked Big E from behind, ambushed him, beat him up, and hit him shoulder first with the steel steps, which sent Big E to the outside of the ring. Next week, Big E, Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. Let me know below if you think Apollo Crews is going to win the title, or where he win by disqualification. Big E would just purposely get himself disqualified to keep the feud going to WrestleMania. That's what they got planned. Let me know below what you thought of SmackDown this week. I love the 8-man tag in the main event. Cesaro Murphy was okay, but the women's matchup to me was taken away. Like I said, original kept getting involved. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.